Good morning.
Good morning.
As most of you know, stewardship is the time when everyone is asked to pledge their financial support for the church for the coming year. The money raised is used to fund the bulk of our operating budget, so it's a crucial effort in the life of the church. In the next couple of days, you're going to receive a packet with pledge cards that will have instructions on how to pledge, hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and how to fulfill your pledge in 2023. You'll also be receiving an email with a video from Kayla about the spirituality of giving, which I know will be very meaningful if you can take a minute to watch it. Over the next 3 weeks, you're also going to be hearing from your fellow congregants about why they support the church and sharing their stories here. And this morning, I'm sharing mine and my husband Keith's. I'm going to begin with a little confession, and Max knows what I'm about to say, so hopefully I won't get into too much trouble. But at some point during the time that we've been attending this church, we started to use this expression, God loves you and there's nothing you can do about it. And the truth is, I didn't really like it. I told Max that I thought it sounded like you were in trouble, and that rankled with me. But because it rankled with me, and maybe this was Max's plan, I thought about it a lot. And the message behind it is, of course, true and comforting. But lately, I've come to think about it in a different way, and more about our church as a whole instead of just our relationship with God. When we came here, I was keenly aware that I was presenting this practice of faith with my Jewish husband and my 2 very young children. The Congregational Church in Westwood was going through some upheaval, so we looked around and found ourselves here in Dover, where we really knew no one, and I wondered how we would do fitting in here. The truth was, we didn't have to do anything. All we had to do was show up, and things started to happen to us, and there was nothing we could do about it. To give a very concrete example, after we had attended a few services, Barbara Baker called me and asked where we lived because she wanted to bake us a cake. I explained that we had some serious food allergies in our house, so we really weren't good candidates for baking, but I really appreciated the thoughtfulness of the call, and I thought we were done. But the next day, my doorbell rang, and there was Barbara standing on the doorstep with a pink flowering plant. We were going to be welcomed here, and there was nothing we could do about it. Aside from the warm welcome, we noticed other things. My girls might be shy or awkward at times, but there was always someone in coffee hour or Sunday school drawing them out. Keith would have questions about traditions that I had never stopped to analyze at all, and Max was there to answer all of those questions over literally a period of hours. I was asked to teach Sunday school, and suddenly I found I was getting more out of preparing the lessons than I was actually being asked to teach. Keith was also asked to get involved, and although he said, maybe I shouldn't because I haven't actually been baptized, he was told no, that didn't matter. And suddenly he was surrounded by people sharing their stories and demonstrating their beliefs in a way much more meaningful than any academic answers I could give to questions that he asked. Moreover, as the years went by, we saw that this church is a place of hope. It is, and I don't mean this simply in the literal sense, a sanctuary in a sometimes very angry world. Where else can you go and not be judged? Where else is everyone accepted and valued, where you can walk into a meeting full of eclectic personalities and perspectives and lots of ideas about how to get to our goal, and know that everyone sitting there has promised to be kindly affectionate to each other? And we were shown hope in other ways. We'd hear about the devastation in Haiti, and in a blink realize that this church had helped to build a clinic there. I'd hear about people fleeing chaos in Afghanistan, and could be glad that somehow we had helped a few of those people find surer footing as they tried to rebuild their lives. I saw kids, scheduled and busy and stressed, asked to slow down and hear that they're loved, and I could think that they might actually believe God loves them because they were so tangibly cared for by the people in this place. I look around here and I marvel. What better way for my girls to learn about God than seeing how he works through the people in this place? And not just in the big ways like Haiti, but sometimes in the simplest ones. They notice you all being kind to each other at coffee hour, looking for someone who's alone, asking after someone who isn't there, offering rides and giving hugs. We live here restored, and we know that's not just us, because we see people who we know are dealing with physical or mental pain, and yet they're here and smiling. We are all showered with grace here. Love, caring, a chance to make a difference more than we can alone, and it's not because we've done anything at all. This, of course, gets back to why I'm sharing our message with you. This place is truly special. It is worth our time, our energy, and our support because it actually makes a difference in our lives and the lives of our children, our friends, and total strangers. If you come here, you will hear not only that you're loved by God, you will also be loved by this congregation, and there is nothing at all you can do about that gift. So, in stewardship, we're simply asked to think about what we receive and what we are able to give back. Please watch for the messages and the emails in the coming weeks. I apologize if you feel a little inundated. There's nothing you can do about that either. But I promise it will be brief. And we look forward to celebrating all of our gifts with you at Agape Sunday on November 20th. If you have any questions, you can certainly reach out to me or any members of the Stewardship Committee whose names you'll see in the messages ahead. Thanks so much.